used these, probably might have used them up until around about 1960 when the M60 took over in the Australian Forces.
You got glasses?
This particular gun here is 303, obviously. It's a British design Vickers, and it was built at Lithgow in New South Wales in 1942. It's a particularly good example. It's all matching numbers. Hopefully it'll work all right today. Usually a very, very reliable gun, although we are using commercial ammunition today, so they don't have crimp primers, so hopefully that they'll run okay. The gun itself, they feed off a belt of 250 rounds, so usually a four-man gun. The four-man team, one was to carry the gun, one was to carry the tripod. If you drew the short straw, you got to carry the tripod because it's a bastard of a thing to carry. These saw service right through from World War I right through to obviously World War II, and you'll see a lot of these guns positioned in hilltop positions if you look at some of the footage that was used in Korea, and Korea was pretty much the end. The gun itself is water cooled, so we've got about 4 litres of water sitting in the tank here. A lot of people, there's a bit of a myth. I haven't got the hose on it today, but there is a hose that comes off them. People think that they reticulate water around. It's a myth. They don't. What it does is it just heats up the water that's in the tank and keeps the barrel at off-peak temperature for most of the time. It doesn't reticulate back into the can. It basically was designed for European conditions originally, and without a pipe steam bleed off. So in the top of this canister there's a tube which picks up the steam that comes off the barrel. So the purpose of the tank and the drum, which you often see in the photograph, is actually to siphon off the steam, goes into a cold water tank, and it condenses the steam so that the steam from the gun doesn't give away the position of the gun, because you can see steam for 300, 400, 500 metres if it was rising off in peak cold conditions. So we don't have to run it with a hose here today, but anybody that thought that they actually had a pump or reticulated water, it is not true. They just fill them up. When it boiled off enough water sufficiently, then they just pulled this plug here and filled it up. And the principle of the operation is that the barrel is in the lower part of the Vickers gun here, and the belt goes over the top. And you've probably seen 2 different types of belts. This is what they call a stripless belt. In other words, there's no little brass strips on them. A far more efficient belt in that the strips used to get caught on anything. If there was twigs on the ground, they get caught on the bits of here, and then basically they phased out the stripless when they devised a way to actually machine knit those particular belts. The belt actually carries the cartridge over the top of the barrel, and the action has got a reciprocating action at the front, and it basically pulls a bullet out of the belt. So if I'm standing in this position, the action comes up, pulls a bullet out of the belt, takes it down to the barrel, and then with the next action puts that in the barrel. And at the same time as that closes, it's up already back up to pick up another one at the top. So like the MG30 and the 42, they actually push the round through the belt. All these guns, including the Brownings, pull out of the belt, take it down, put it back in the barrel. It runs at a rate, basically, you're looking at a fire rate basically between about 380 and about 550 rounds a minute, so you can actually adjust it if you want to. Hopefully this is adjusted for this ammo. I haven't tried Highland yet. This is actually Highland sporting rounds that we've got here today, so that should be fine. The tripod weighs 55 pounds. A gun with water in it is 40 pounds, so you can see that it wouldn't be the favoured apparatus for somebody doing a smash and grab at a 7-Eleven or whatever. The gun itself, and this is when these were originally designed under virtually World War I conditions, was that the tripod gives them an accurate sweep. They used to set the parameters of horizon, and basically that meant that they could set the height of the gun, they used to basically set it between belt buckle height and mid-torso height, and basically sweep the field. So the word that we used in World War I, which was no man's land, really meant no man's land, because with one of these every 15 metres with sweeping fields of fire, your chances of getting caught no man's land was verified by the death toll of World War I. As simple as that. And in World War II, there were more portable machine guns around. The Americans had the BAR, which was only a 30-shot clip magazine or 20-shot clip magazine. Of course, the Australians and the Brits had the Bren gun, which was more mobile. However, they can't provide the sustained fire that one of these can put up. And we'll use the targets from at 300 metres as an aiming point. And essentially, once these are set up and ready to go, they used to just leave them in the trenches, just waiting for the next whistle to blow and somebody to jump up out and at them. And you know, they were a heavy gun to deploy and take elsewhere. So hence, you know, lighter machine guns like the Bren gun and the MG34 and the 42s and that were easier to deploy rapidly. But these things just work faultlessly. Hopefully work faultlessly, and this is a particularly good example of it. It was made at Lithgow, New South Wales.